I was a little kid, I would always ask my family and friends like what was their favorite childhood memory, or I wanted to know like the memories that they had from their childhood. And my grandfather one time um, stuck his head down in a groundhog hole in his backyard when he was still a little kid, and he was stuck for about an hour and a half before anybody even thought to check and see where Rusty had gone. And when his brother finally found him, instead of like helping him dig out, he just grabbed my grandfather by his feet and tried to pull him out of the hole that way. And safe to say that they had to go get an adult because the grabbing by the feet didn't really work. Um, my topic too is that I would love to be able to grow my own food eventually. I love the idea of living off by yourself and being able to self-sustain and grow all your own food and have it be fully organic and not have to use all the pesticides and all the chemicals that the actual grocery store normally has on their food, whether we like to admit it or not. And I think that it's healthy for us to know where our food comes from and know what is on our food and how our food is affected, and what we put into our bodies. A behavior in others that means the world to me is people's memories. So, like if somebody remembers your birthday or remembered that you had a job interview coming up or something that's what might feel unimportant to you, but they remembered, it makes it seem significant. Like to them, the fact that I have a job interview would not be that important, but when they remember and can ask you later to be thoughtful about like how did it go, or like are you excited for it, did it work out, do you think it's gonna work, like that kind of thing, that really stands out to me and my friends. And it's just really special when somebody remembers the little details about you that you didn't think were that important when you mentioned them in conversation the first time. An epiphany that I've recently had is how much real and organic foods help with mental health and anxiety and stress and help to lower your like it can really help, especially in females with their hormone levels, especially if it's like vegetables and fruit rather than processed food. The more that the food is processed, the more likely it is to actually damage your endocrine system and your hormones, especially as a female. And so it's really important that you eat food as natural to the sources you can get it. So if you were to buy a tomato rather than buying canned tomatoes and using that in your recipe, you're better off to buy either a regular tomato from the grocery store, or to even go as far as to go to a farmer's market and try to find something there that might be all organic, or something that is grown locally, because stuff that's grown local is going to have the same pollens and the same air pollutants that you're used to, rather than if we're buying tomatoes from Mexico where we're not used to the air pollutants that are there, and if they have different pollen, then it affects our systems differently because it's not what we're used to locally.